Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me on Human Disclosures. It is March 13th, 2023. Um, I really wasn't planning on doing a recording today, but as usual, some things started to come in when I did my morning meditation. And what you see from my background is really the inspiration for today's talk. Throat chakra blockages. How does that affect your life? What do you see if your throat chakra is blocked? What are some of the challenges when your throat chakra is blocked? So I see a lot of it because I do energy clearing, right? And in the process of doing the energy clearing, what every single person living on planet Earth has is chakra blockages, right? It just comes with the territory of living on this very heavy, dense, traumatic planet. And some of them I've learned are not organic in nature. Some of them are really have been done to us by external forces. The negative energy has been sent to and specifically keep our voices from being heard. To also not just the throat chakra, all of our chakras, our root chakra, our third eye is very heavily bombarded um, in on 3D Earth. So, what I wanted to speak about, what came through to me was for as long as I can remember, it's been a matter of seeking the truth and sharing the truth. You know, we've come a long way where um, we thought we knew what truth was, right? And then we had the gut punch of finding out that everything we thought was true was not. And then we got motivated to seek out truth. And then we felt in for me, I'll only speak for myself, I felt empowered and motivated to share the truth because I felt like more people had to feel like me. More people had to have that yearning that, you know, that no matter what the truth was, even if it was upsetting or difficult to understand, that I could respect the truth, but I can't respect a lie. And so the culmination of all of that, plus doing the energy work, I see people struggling with their shadow work. And it really comes from a major part of it comes from the way that they allow other people to treat them, which other people treat light beings the way that they do because they want to intimidate us. They want us to not find our power. They want us to live in fear, shame, blame, guilt, you know, all the things that keep us from finding our true north, listening to the gnosis, the voice on the inside, the Holy Spirit, having a communication with our higher self, and learning from source that we are empowered beings, that we are divinely protected beings, and our voice and our truth should be shared and should be heard. So let's go through this a little bit. Some symptoms of throat chakra blockages. The throat chakra really represents your voice. It represents what you have to say and how you project what you have to say. It affects your ability to communicate. It affects your ability to speak your truth. You may be screaming the truth inside your head, but your mouth never opens. You don't feel confident enough to share it because of the way that you have been mistreated and made to feel like your voice doesn't matter. So, lack of control over one's speech, that's a symptom of blockage. That means that you feel like you don't really truly control what comes out of your mouth, that someone else does. And that's not true. Now, we have free speech. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Nothing like a little smoke detector going off in the middle of my recording. Okay, so poor listener, you're so obsessed with not saying the wrong things, not speaking your truth, that you find it difficult to actually comprehend and listen to what's being said. Excessive fear of speaking. So this usually comes from people constantly berating you for what you say. You finally get the courage to speak your truth. You finally get um, the strength to say it. You connect some dots. You have some aha moments. You want to share it, and you get um, berated for it. You get called out. You get called names. You get told you're stupid. You don't have, what you have to say is not worth listening to. Small, imperceptible voice. I encountered this a lot. People that don't have the confidence to speak very, very quietly. They mumble. They're insecure about what they say. If they say something, they quickly feel like it's like they almost take it back as soon as they put it out into the universe. They almost try to retract the statement right away. Um, Difficulty communicating your feelings. So this really, I feel it's multifaceted and it's complex, but when you're finally able to say definitively how you feel, you have trouble formulating the words and putting together a sentence that makes sense, that actually communicates what you truly feel, because you are out of practice and you get a very little support in practicing this. Excessive secretiveness or shyness. So, this is not really a normal character trait. So if you have excessive secretiveness and shyness, you're shying away from normal conversation. You would almost flinch if someone tries to engage in conversation with you. Lack of connection with a vocation or purpose in life. So very non-committal. And again, that really comes from not knowing truth, not knowing your truth, not having the confidence in standing in your truth. So you kind of get bullied around from thing to thing. The first obstacle that you come up against, it'll make you just run the opposite direction and find another endeavor. Non-committal. Headache. Headaches come from this energy buildup, neck up. A lot of people also will have sore throats, chronic sore throats, and that in pain and tension in the jaw, and all of that combined are things that is telling you the energy, the negative energy is building up and building up and building up. And what you need to do is release that tension. And it's not a medication that you need. It is not a surgery that you need. All you need to do is exercise speaking your truth. So people say, well, that's easier said than done, especially in today's age. They're worried about repercussions for work or school, their social community. People are completely ruthless. Now, if someone doesn't like what you say, they want to ruin your entire existence. So I get that. I really do. I mean, I'm out here on social media spreading truth. So believe me, I know. So what I say to that is don't practice it in front of a worldwide audience. Find a space where you are safe and you feel comfortable and have conversations with the universe. To go out in nature and to go out and just be in nature, you're not by yourself, first of all. You're surrounded by a lot of wisdom. Trees hold a lot of wisdom. They have been witnesses to our true history for as long as they've been around. Crystals, water, Water holds memory. To be out in nature is a good grounding of your own energy. It can help break apart the stagnant energy within your chakra system. To just sit, even if you don't know how to meditate, to just sit and be is very therapeutic. So a lot of people find themselves when they're having a rough time, they go for a drive or they go for a walk and they end up in a park that they've never been to or a park that they're comfortable in. But they end up in nature, is my point. They don't usually find solace in a concrete building in the concrete jungle. They find a place where they can connect with nature. And because there's comfort there and there's compassion. I feel the compassion of Mother Gaia when I'm out in nature. And I have gratitude for that. And I have love of the sunshine and the breeze and the birds singing and those little things, just in those little things, showing love and gratitude for them raises your vibration. So that's the first thing I would say. If you're struggling with any of these things, you should, in my opinion, exercise taking your power back on small incremental things that you have control over because you need to build your confidence up, right? Because what happens is if you don't start somewhere, this will eventually erupt into a bigger problem. I feel like if you can, if you're able, and you can get outside and speak your truth to Mother Gaia, speak your truth to Father Sky, Great Central Sun. I do a lot of my spiritual connections with my guides and my ascendant masters, Mother Sophia, outside. I just feel drawn to it for a lot of the same reasons. I put my feet on the ground, I'm grounded, and I connect. And it opens that channel. It opens it up. I get downloads. I feel their responses to some of my questions. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's just a sensation. Um, but it's definitely positive energy, and it is a good way to exercise this. Okay. So you have to practice. You have to make this important enough in your day-to-day life that you decide what you have to say and what your truth is deserves to come out of your body. You need to give the energy to the universe. Okay. So people sometimes will say, I'm always doing for others and I have such guilt if I don't do for them, or they make me feel guilty if I don't do for them. And sometimes I want to say no because I really feel like I deserve some time too, but I just can't make myself do it. So, I mean, that's part of the shadow work, right? And so when you get to the point where you love yourself enough and you want to heal yourself so that you can be a better service to not only yourself, but your community, your family, your planet, um, you'll find the motivation comes from within. So whenever you get there, you need to practice, right? Because Olympic athletes don't just decide they're going to be an Olympic athletes one day and don't practice and just go out there and win the gold. That's not how it works. You got to put some effort into it. A lot of traditional yoga practices help you build the confidence and break through the blockages. And it becomes your realignment practice on a soul and physical level. So it's a dual practice. It's much more spiritual than it is physical, but the physical gets the energy moving, right? So you have options, but no one can do it for you. So when I clear negative energy from someone's chakra system, they can turn around if they don't change their bad habits and they just clog their system up again. All I do is give them a step ahead to to be able to have a clear flow of energy so that that energy frequency can rise and they can benefit from the energy, first of all. And in doing that, things will align. You will find your power. You'll be able to feel a connection. You'll feel stronger. It's a healthier internal environment for you. And can align to your higher self. You can align to source creator. You can start to get the downloads, right? So that's the biggest thing that as far as my energy work does for clearing the chakras. But it also gives people the motivation and the energy and the positive energy, decreases the negative energy, the low vibrational energy that we all have stuck in our system, just from existing here, so that you can start to realize what truth is, investigate it for yourself, do your research, have your aha moments. And if there is no one in your world that you can share your aha moments with, I welcome you to my Telegram group. We are full of people that have sought after their true source for being here, their purpose, their mission, and they were kind of called, and we collectively support each other's journey in a very compassionate way, a very kind way. And that spiritual truth is spiritual truth. And it's definitely empowering. It's definitely something to celebrate. We have little victories all the time when people have their aha moments. And we are the soul family that supports each other's growth into whatever infinite being, light being you want to be. So I I say all this because I see so many people struggling with, they're deflecting all this negative stuff, all the untruth. And they know it within their soul that it's not true. They know it, they feel it, but they just can't say it. They just don't have the strength. They don't have the they haven't been able to practice speaking truth. So find a space. Find a space where you can talk it out. I recommend nature because it's got so many positives for you that you really don't appreciate until you're in it. And there's no one there to bug you, right? Just you and nature. And so you never know what kind of positive energy you're going to pull in that's going to help you along the way, things that we can't even really fathom at this point. But you feel it. You feel it on a soul level. And so go out there if it's something that you've been, you know, churning in your gut and it's something you really want to share and you don't have anybody you feel comfortable sharing it to. Go out in nature and share it. Pick a rock that you want to talk to. Talk to the trees. Talk to the sky. Appreciate the clouds. Um, the beings, the souls that are out there, because trees have souls, crystals have souls. They're listening. They're wise. And when I tell you, like, put your hands on a tree. If you connect with a tree, put your hands on the tree. Feel the energy. There is an energy exchange there that can help heal. There is an energy exchange there that can help give you wisdom and downloads. And it's just a matter of knowing that, number one, what you have to say is worth hearing. And it's worth going through the exercise and the practice to build up your confidence to voice your truth. So when people start to voice their truth, they can clear the blockages of that throat chakra. And so I say a lot of times in my group, exercise your throat chakra. Don't be shy. And what I mean by that, we get thoughts all the time, right? And we go, "Oh, I don't know if I should say that. I don't know, that kind of sounds crazy. I don't know if I should say that." If it pops into your head like that, that's a sign it's something that needs to be said. If there's nothing, then there's nothing that you feel the need to say in that moment. But if you're constantly telling something like, no, that's crazy, like, no, I don't want to talk about it, like, no, maybe I shouldn't say that, that's your higher self sending you messages from source. That's exactly how I started my YouTube channel. I can't tell you for how many months I kept hearing, start a YouTube channel, start a YouTube channel. I was like, what? That's crazy talk. That is, no, that's not what I do. Like, That's for other people to do. That's not for me to do. I watch YouTube channels. I don't do them, right? And then it got louder. And then I couldn't ignore it. And I was like, what are we talking about here? What is happening? This was before I got healed, before I got cleared of my blockages. It was still coming through because it was important. Source knew what I had inside me was important to be shared. Did I feel it at the time? No, no. I felt a deep yearning to know the truth in my gut and in my soul. And so my own journey to find truth, then when I found it, I rejoiced in it and I didn't have anybody to share it with. And that was okay for a while. And then I was like, you know what? I don't know who keeps telling me to start a YouTube channel, but maybe they're right. Maybe they're onto something. Maybe this is how I help people get to where I got. Maybe there's more people out there that think like I think. Even if I can only help one person. I mean, at this point, there's so many lies and so many people telling you things that are not true. What do you have to lose? You know, at worst, nobody watches it. Okay. Well, that's not how it planned out. That's not how it played out. And I have been so overwhelmingly well supported. And it's really because that is the common thread. People have a deep desire to hear the truth. Now, reading the truth, some people require it in black and white. Um, I have less faith in the written word, depending on where it comes from, because I now know how manipulated that is. Um, I have more faith in someone speaking truth because I can discern through the frequency of their voice whether that resonates with me. And if they're a light being. So it really works on multiple different levels. So our fellow crew members that have that shared frequency and they have no idea yet, they hear my voice and they connect with the frequency of my voice. And that is what draws them to the message. And Source has told me, you can literally say anything. It's the frequency of your voice they want to hear. But the fact that you're also giving them truth makes it even that much stronger. They're even that much more compelled to watch and listen and learn. And then they learn their own truth and it sets them up for success. So if you're struggling, if you don't have a safe place to speak your truth, if you are struggling to find truth and then when you find it, you don't have anyone to share it with, or yeah, I mean, I took for granted free speech for a long time. I really did. And I changed. I evolved over time. The environment that we live in, the things that we've gone through, I feel like everyone has evolved in their own way. So for me now, I really have a much deeper respect for those inalienable rights that are given to us by Source Creator that no one can take away from us. And our voice is at the top of that list because I may not have a lot of money in the bank. I may not have the biggest house on the block. I may not have all the things, but I have my mind. I have my faith. I have an intact soul of light and I have my voice. And that makes me very abundant in my beliefs and truth. And I'm open to share it with you. So if you're struggling with like chronic throat issues or hoarseness or just any of the things on this list, It's worth investigating. And I beg you, especially if you've been going back and forth to doctors and all this stuff, to just let's discuss it. Come into my Telegram group, tell us, hey, I'm here to talk about chakra blockages and my throat chakra specifically. And like, this is what's going on. Has anybody else had this? And blah, blah, blah. We're very, very compassionate and kind, welcoming. There's just a couple of criteria. And if you don't meet them, you won't be admitted to the room. No harm, no foul. You can try. More often than not, people can come in and they find the soul family they've been looking for. And they find that they have freedom to, speak their truth and be like, yeah, like this is what I believe, and this is what no one around me understands, and I can't share this with anyone. And it's so happy to finally find a group of people that I can share it with. Now, do we all agree 100% on everything? No, but that's okay too, because it's not, I mean, I don't have to agree with everything you say to accept you as a human being, you as a soul of a greater mission in life than just to sit there and accept what other people have told you your truth should be. What your journey is your journey, and it's very individual, and you're entitled to it, and you're entitled to your victories, and you're entitled to celebrate, and you're entitled to pat yourself on the back. So I came to this because a lot of people struggle with finding their voice. And right now, there's a lot of people that are finding truth and their voice is failing them because of the culture that we live in. But it doesn't have to be that way. Take the first step, go out in nature, scream, whisper, do whatever you want to do. Make yourself laugh, practice telling jokes, whatever you want to do. Just get accustomed to expressing vocally the things that you've been holding inside, because holding all that energy inside doesn't do anyone any good. You are not earning any credit with source because you're not standing up for your own welfare. You're not loving yourself. You're not respecting yourself. So that's what source wants for us. Source wants us to be sovereign beings. We're not out here to do harm to anyone, but you're also not out here to do harm to yourself and martyr yourself. That doesn't get you any credit. When you are sovereign and you stand up for yourself and you set healthy boundaries for you, like saying, this is not fair treatment of me. I'm going to speak my truth, whether you like it or not. I'm going to leave it right here. When I learned that lesson, and I learned it actually a while ago, but when I learned that lesson, man, did my life change. The people that had been dumping their shit on my lap for so long stopped. They started to reevaluate their own priorities. And my blood pressure went down and my stress level went down. All of a sudden, I could relax my shoulders because I was no longer holding in all this tension, because I was more worried about not making waves than just letting the truth be known, you know? So I just ask you at this point, what do you have to lose? If you're really finding that you're struggling with all this stuff and you're also having trouble speaking your truth, the things can be connected and it does not have to seal your fate. There is simple things that you can do to exercise, um, getting accustomed to talking. Some people have never really found their voice. And yeah, I mean, I just hate to think that anyone goes through this journey and they discover their truth and they discover who they really are, and it really means the world to them. And they don't have the confidence to share it, or they don't have a safe space to share it. Because that just makes me sad for them. And I don't want that. I don't want that for my brothers and sisters. So if this describes you, if this message resonates with you, please come to Healing Disclosures on Telegram. The link will be in the description box. We have lots of good light warriors there, and you can speak your truth. You can investigate energy healing. We can, um, you can join the shadow challenge with Bryce, Esoteric Atlanta. There's many, many, many things you can do, but no one can do it for you. You have to take the step on your own. I am just extending the invitation. And more than that, I wanted someone who may be suffering from some of these symptoms that actually look like medical diagnosis. It's really could be coming from you just holding the negative energy inside your chakras and not exercising it out. And exercise is not always exercise in the physical form, but sometimes it's just vocalizing. Sometimes it's just an energy exchange. It's out in nature. It's grounding. It's giving gratitude, but it's letting the energy out that needs to come out and allowing the good positive energy to come in. So if you have questions, obviously put them in the comments. I look for them, and yeah, I'll look for again healing disclosures. Thanks for joining me today. You guys have a great day.
It's the key to life. It makes it possible for us to get out the door, challenge ourselves, and find joy. There are few things more important than our health. Throughout history, there have been breakthroughs in health technology that have made our lives longer, more vibrant, more joyful. Breakthroughs that have fundamentally changed how we think, learn, and live.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
What if one of the biggest breakthroughs in health technology was actually something small? A breakthrough technology that works at the cellular level, where health begins.
This truly is a transformational technology. It's an elegant and very simple product that's having a profound impact.
When people ask me what I'm most excited about, it's the fact that we own the space of redox right now.
A health technology so unique and cutting edge that it is transforming health at a foundational level and changing lives all over the world.
I started using the product and I could see that it was real. It was a real deal.
And the way it changed my life was absolutely mind-blowing.
ASEA was something truly special. It was unique.
It has had tremendous impact on my life.
You know, sometimes you just have that kind of feeling that you're just going to take a leap of faith, and that's what I did.
And that became a defining moment where I started sharing it with everyone.
It's life-changing. I mean, it gave me my life back. In one word, it's profound.
A technology that empowers the most basic building blocks of your body to thrive. ASEA Redox.